This is exam practice packet number 1, and for this video I'm going to work on problems number 1 and number 2. For number 1, it says, what are the mean, median, and mode for this data set? Well, we know that the mean is adding all these numbers together and dividing by 16 because there are 16 numbers. So if you add all of them together and divide by 16, you get approximately 40.88. The median, these are already in order, 18, 21, 26, 27, 27, 32, and on and on. So the median is going to be, you're crossing out from either side until you get to the center. So my middle two numbers are 38 and 40. So I say 38 plus 40 divided by 2, and I get 39. So my median is 39. And then my mode, remember, is the number that appears the most. In this case, we have 60 and 60, but we also have 27 and 27. So remember, we can have two modes. So therefore, our two modes are 27 and 60. Now, all this could have been done on the calculator, and as we go through the rest of this packet, I'll show you how to find it. So sketch a stem and leaf plot for this data set. So remember, a stem and leaf plot is when we break up the numbers. On this side, I'm going to use my tens because these are only in the tens. It doesn't go into the hundreds. So on this side, I'm going to use my tens, and on this side, I'm going to do my ones. They're already in order, so that's nice. And I know that I'm going from the tens to the 60s, so I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then from there, I'm just going to label my ones. So 18, that means I have an 8 here. 21, 26, 27, and 27. You have to mark it twice so that we know it appears twice. Then we move on to the 30s. 32, 33, and 38. And we move into the 40s. 40, 48, and 49. And then into the 50s, 55, 59, into the 60s. We want to mark 60 twice because it appears twice, and then finally the 1. For a stem and leaf plot, don't forget your key. Key is important so that we know what this means. So I'm just going to say 1 line 8 is the same as 18, and we have our key. Don't forget that part. Okay? Now, what are the max and min values for this data set? Well, the maximum value, if we go back to our data set, is 61. So that's 61. Our minimum value, if we go back, is 18. Okay? And remember that range is max minus min. So here we have 61 minus 18. So we get our range to be 43. And let me just double check that. 61 minus 18 gives me 43. Yes, so our range is 43. Now, what are the first quartile and third quartile values? So we're looking for Q1 and Q3. The way you can do that is that you can list all these, and then we know our median is 39. So now Q1 is going to be the median of these numbers, and Q3 is going to be the median of these numbers. So you can do that, or you can go into your calculator, and if you go to Stat, Edit, I'm going to clear that, and then let's just list all our numbers. And then here I'll also show you how you can get the mean and the median. So we have 18, 21, 26, 27, 27, 32, 33, 38, 40, 48, 49, 55, 59, 60, 60, 61. After you have your list, you can go to Calculate and just do one variable stats. Hit Enter. Here we have our X bar, which is our mean, 40.875, which is what we got here, 40.88. Then we got our median, if you scroll down, you have our median be 39, which is what we got up here. Mode doesn't come on here, but that one's easy to find from just our data. Now here, it also tells us what our min, our Q1, median, Q3, and max is. We know our min is 18, we already found that out. Our max is 61, we already found that out. And now our Q1 and Q3. Q1 is 27, and Q3 is 57. And you would have gotten the same if you found the median of the top numbers and then the median of these bottom numbers. Okay? So now, what is the IQR, the interquartile range? Well, the IQR, since we're looking at the inside two quartiles, is just Q3 minus Q1. So it's 57 minus 27, and we get 57 minus 27, we get 30. So we have an IQR of 30. Okay? Now, what two numbers bound the middle 50% of the data? Well, if you remember our stem and leaf plot, if we look something like this, we know that this is our min, this is our Q1, this is our median, Q3, and this is our max. And these are quartiles. That means that in this part, it's 25% of the data. This part holds 25% of the data. This part holds 25, and this part holds 25. So if we're looking for the middle 50%, that means we're looking at this 25 and 25, this middle 50. So the two numbers that bound the middle 50% are Q1 and Q3, or 27 and 57, which is what we found up here. Okay? All right, so that's that one. Now let's look at number 2. Invent a data set of 5 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the mode is 22, the median is 25, and the mean is 40. So we know the median is 25, and the mode is 22. So I'm going to put these here. And we know these two have to be larger than 25, and they have to be different because we only want one mode. Okay? So let's just set this up. We know that the mean is 40, so we know that 22 plus 22 plus 25 plus our two numbers divided by 5 is going to give us 40. Okay, so these three numbers add up to 69. So 69 plus our two numbers divided by 5 should give us 40. That means that 69 plus these two numbers, if we multiply both sides by 5, should equal 200. So here, if you subtract 69 from both sides, we know that these two numbers have to add up to 131. So here, as long as these two numbers add up to 131, we can have an infinite amount of options. The one I'm going to pick is 65 and 66. So 65 and 66, but you could have picked any other two numbers. They have to be different because we only want one mode that add up to 131. So this is not the only answer.